Hi, and welcome to this little video. Tonight, I thought that we would do a soft-spoken get ready with me / ramble about the long weekend. This is going to be a hyper casual video, so you may hear my neighbors walking up the stairs or dogs barking outside. But if I'm gonna do a get ready with me, I like to do them when I'm actually going somewhere and not just alone in a room at night to then take off all my makeup and go to sleep, you know? I don't wear too much makeup. I'm very chill about it. Do a lot of things with my finger pads and stuff, so it won't be overly complicated. It won't matter that much that you can't see the top of my face, I promise. But it's just like a nice way to let the ramble flow. So I hope you enjoy it. I'm going to start by just adding a little body to my hair. This is dry texture film from Way. I didn't buy this actually. My friend bought it, but it didn't really suit her hair type, so she gave it to me. So the weekend started. I finally got a haircut. Thank God. I had not had a haircut in like 3.5 months. Yeah, so I was in desperate need. So the first hairdresser I went to at the salon was great, but she was studying to be a social worker. So then she got her degree and she left. We were very happy about that. You know, like just her moving into her chosen career. So I went to this other woman who was also great. And then she got pregnant. So I went to her only a few times before she went on maternity leave. So this Thursday, was my first time with this other hairdresser, new person again. Also great. Why I bring this up is because she gave me a really good head massage, which I have no notes about. It's just a really good head massage, scalp massage, and then like a massage as well when I was at the sink and she was washing my hair. There's a mirror over this way. But I've noticed at this place that these hairdressers only give me a massage the first time I see them, and then never again. And I'm like desperately curious if that is something they're told to do. Like, you know, when you get a new client, to give them a massage, win them over for good, you know, and then moving forward, never again, because you just simply do not have the time. But 3 times now, 1, 2, 3, my hairdresser at this place has been the sweetest, consistently the sweetest, but the first time only gives me like a really great massage. And I'm like, how do I keep getting head massages? You know, like I know I'm tipping well, so it's not that. I have half the mind to just always switch stylists or hairdressers just so I can always get a massage. And then that night we went to see an orchestra perform. It was at a venue that I've never been to, partner has a lot of memories of because he used to live right there, like within walking distance. And I've lived in this place for, I think, going on 5 years, like 4.5 years, but I had never been. So he was really happy to show it to me. I was really happy to be there and see what all the fuss was about. It was just like a nice outdoor venue. We saw an orchestra play. The moon was gorgeous. It was just about full, but not quite. But it was just like, you know, blue moon, super moon, huge, just like beaming down on us. It was great. And that's my dog. She must smell something in the alley, or like, like a dog passing by in the alley. So anyway, you're outdoors. The sky is like wide open. The acoustics are superb. You're surrounded by trees. We had this bright moon out for us. It was interesting too because the conductor, when she was introducing it, was talking. She had great energy. She was so enthusiastic and like truly just so excited about the program they had for us. And then a shooting star actually went this way, shot past up in the sky above. And a bunch of us saw it, so there were lots of murmurs in the crowd about it, like good murmurs. For the smallest, like shortest of moments, it kind of tripped her up, just because I think she was like, she had us hooked, and then she lost us a little bit. And we had no way of telling her, of course, like, it's not you, there was a shooting star. No one can compete with a shooting star, So the program was great. They did a kind of more modern piece in the beginning about the changing of the seasons, or just changes in general. And then they did a series of pieces that had been in this piano magazine. They had a famous composer. The magazine commissioned a famous composer to write several different pieces for the piano, one per month for a full calendar year, so that like if you received this magazine, you could take the magazine home with you, like just put it up on your piano and play these songs, like an interactive feature basically. So they had adapted a bunch of those. I'm trying to make this not so loud for you. Adapted a bunch of those for the orchestra. And that was cool to hear them move through the different months. It's like January by the fireside, February da-da-da, March da-da-da. Not this, but like in July, the promenade. That was cool. And then they played some classics. So we also saw Barbie, the movie. I don't know. I think I have thoughts. I have a lot of thoughts about it. I don't know if you want them right now. Like maybe you're Barbied out like I am. I also don't want to yuck anyone's yum. Don't want to yuck anyone's yum. So maybe I'll save that for the end of the video. But we did see Barbie finally. We morning we went to a cafe and we did the crossword puzzle. My allergies were like really in full swing because it rained last night, kind of surprisingly. So I'm using both my hands because if you don't know this about me, one of my lamest traits is that like I can wink, okay, but I can't close one of my eyes to put eye makeup on. Like I just can't close it just like that. So to put on an eyeshadow stick or eyeshadow of any sort or eyeliner, I have to use my other hand to hold my eye down gently by the lashes. So that's what I was just doing. Yeah, so we went to this cafe to do a crossword. We'd never been there before, but it's super cute. And they have all these books that you can read for free or rent for a month for just a few bucks, or buy all these like old paperbacks. And it's just a lot of outdoor benches, lots of plants, little courtyard area, super cute. We had never been before. And I noticed this guy by us was drawing, and I saw him drawing before we sat down because he had drawn this sort of ensemble of like different people, presumably who were at the cafe. Drew them in a group. They weren't in a group, but in his drawing they were in a group, like a bunch of character studies in a little group of 8. And he held it up and like took a picture of it to put on his Instagram or something, I'm sure. And he's talented. And we sat down to do a crossword, and I noticed him looking at us, and I knew that he was drawing us, but my partner didn't. But I didn't mind. I just noticed he kept looking at us. I didn't mind, and then he, at the end, gave us the drawing. So it's of us doing the crossword. Maybe I'll put it on my Patreon just so you can see what do I look like, what I look like. But I thought it was nice that he gave it to us. And the only other time that's happened to me before, I was at a bar and this guy drew me and my friends. But when he gave it to us, he wanted us to pay for it. But he let us determine the price. It was fine. It wasn't a scam. We didn't have to pay for it because we didn't know we were sitting for it. He just kind of did it of his own accord, and it was really good. It was more like a caricature, so it was like a funny thing to have, so we did pay him a few bucks for it. So I wasn't sure if this guy wanted money or not for his drawing, but he didn't. He just gave it as a gift, which was so nice. The other thing, what have I not done makeup-wise? I think just lips. Looking at myself in the mirror. Yeah, just lips. And then I will talk to you about the Barbie movie. The other thing I want to tell you, money has been so tight recently for me. But that's another story. Just lots influx at work, like in a really unexpected way. This is called Wicked Ways. Lots it's in flux at work. So yeah, maybe I'll do a video sometime on like just speaking frankly about money. I bet you would be surprised how little money I make, even on a normal month. And this month, some like system stuff is the workflow is in flux, so it's been surprising. Anyway, no big deal, but there is something that can very easily stress me out. So I had thought just yesterday, I need to change my attitudes about money. I need to believe money is abundant, that it flows to me, that money can be made easily, etc., etc. And I don't think I manifested this because I don't think I really felt it in the way you're meant to, and I don't think I had enough time to manifest it in some ways, but it was just funny. We took our dog to play in my partner's dad's backyard because we don't have a yard, and he's out of town. And in the backyard we found 2 quarters, and I was like, babe, are those yours? Like, did you drop them when you were playing with the dog? And he's like, I don't think so, but he picked them up and he put them in his pocket because, like, I don't know, why not? And he was like, you know, when I was running yesterday, I passed a dollar bill, and I was already a few steps past it when I realized what it was, and it was just $1. So I was like, I'm not going to be the guy who like goes back and picks it up. So he didn't pick it up, but he told me that story, and I was like, oh, that's so interesting. Like, okay. And then 2 hours later, we had returned home. We had rested a bit, or like read or whatever, and then we took our dog on her nightly walk, and as we were crossing the street coming back home, there was a $5 bill on the side of the road, and no cars around, no people, just there. And I was like, huh, I guess this $5 is for me. But just within probably like not even 24 hours, I found 2 quarters and a $5 bill, and it also prompted my partner to share this story with me about this $1 bill that he passed. So I'm like, I'm not upset at that pattern, you know? Just kind of interesting. Yeah, I hope the birds are okay for you. Just interesting. I don't think I manifested it, but I do think it's not a sign, not a symbol to me to like continue to think of money in such a way and to promote, to cultivate those kinds of thoughts within myself. Maybe like a little, it's not a big thing, but like just enough to be like a little encouragement maybe. Okay, Barbie movie. If you loved it and you don't want someone to yuck your yum, don't let me yuck your yum. Just, I'll see you next time, you know. I'm going to share just a few of my thoughts. This is not going to be comprehensive because that would take a long time. And I just don't want this video to be like a Barbie movie video. We had been avoiding seeing it. I personally thought it was a bit of a cash grab, just based on all the like brand deals it had, that it's Barbie, you know, like cash grab. We had these movie ticket gift card things from Christmas for this theater that's far away, and we're like, we're never gonna use them, so let's use them this weekend and let's go see Barbie. So we did. I did enjoy it. I'm also glad we didn't spend money on the tickets. The set designs, the costumes, the acting was great. I liked the way the world, like the physics of the world, worked to kind of mimic the way children play. For example, when the car flips, it's like very much how you, as a kid playing with a fake car, playing with your dolls, like flip the car and then go boom. And I like the initial reversal. The Barbies are in power and the Kens are not, which is like a reversed patriarchy. Okay, cool in the beginning. And then as the movie goes on, it just falls apart more and more. And you can poke a million holes in it, which would not matter if the ideology that it's promoting was more fully realized, but it wasn't. I felt at times it was forcing an emotional response in me, and that really rankles me. Forced emotional response. For example, you're beautiful. And it's supposed to be this meaningful moment where you're like so touched. Like Barbie sees the beauty in this person in whom we generally do not see beauty. And I thought it was bullshit. It was forcing an emotional response out of us that did not make sense within the story. Had a subtext of like, I think you're beautiful and you must not get told that enough. But there was no way that Barbie could have understood that yet. And it was just in there for us to be like, I'm so touched, you know? And I felt like there were so many moments like that in this movie. If Barbie the movies stands on feminism, stands on anti-capitalism, anti-consumerism, stands on like equality, or if any of those stances were fully realized and clearly executed and expressed, then maybe that wouldn't matter, but they weren't. So it did matter to me that there were a million holes in the conceit. It's patriarchy. And then we just revert to what it was before, which were Barbies have all the power and Kens don't. And the only thing that's changed is that there's like a little bit of knowledge gained, a little bit, but barely. I don't understand why in an imagined world we couldn't have some display, some creative, generative, progressive display of what real equality might look at. I do not think Barbie the movie is feminist, because my understanding of feminism is that everyone is equal. It's not that women are better than men, it's that everyone is equal. When one of the Kens ask if they can have someone on the Supreme Court, and President Barbie is like, maybe one of the lower courts. Why wasn't the line something, make it punchier, but something more along the lines of like, in Barbie land now, like everyone will be represented. Everyone deserves to be represented. Like everyone's interests deserve to be represented. Like I don't understand why the line wasn't more like that rather than like, no men on the Supreme Court. No. Misogyny's not cool. And misandry's not cool either. I hate, oh my god, I'm not gonna get into this, but I hate that the way that the Barbies took power back from the Kens was to pit them against each other instead of finding some other way to do it. What lesson was learned by the Barbies? I think none, right? And the movie was just kind of kitchen sinking it, like throwing all this stuff in to be like, we covered that, like we have this Barbie, we have that Barbie, we covered that. Like the Si Se Puede thing at the end. They're like, oh, we covered like appropriation, we like did that buzzword, did this thing. Or I don't know why she called her a fascist. The girl calls Barbie a fascist, which is kind of tongue-in-cheek. They address it afterwards. Barbie's like, what does she mean by that? Crying. I don't own any railroads and I don't control the flow of commerce. What about the violence? What about the suppression of opposition? What about the elimination of individual rights and protections? Like, there's so much more violence to that word than was addressed. This is the second time that I've heard someone call someone else as a fascist as like a generalized put down. And I think it's so harmful to do that, because that word is at play in our And so it's important that it have a significant meaning and not be expanded to have this generalized put down meaning. It's an important word, and it's important that it retain impact. But because Barbie's like, what does she mean I'm a fascist? I don't own any railroads. Barbie's like, check, we're self-aware. Check. That's the problem. They're like, the script is like, we're self-aware, therefore check, no problems here. Check, check, check. Because we're self-aware about it all. But I do not think it's enough to just be self-aware. By being self-aware, your movie is not necessarily feminist. It's not necessarily anti-consumerist. It's not necessarily anti-capitalism. It's not necessarily inclusive. Just because you checked some boxes. So I was a little disappointed, to say the least. We're gonna run to dinner. We're just going to a little cafe, just something super, super, super chill. But given that it's a long weekend, we wanted to go out somewhere simple. I hope you've been enjoying your weekend. Thanks for joining me tonight. I'll see you very soon.